Good morning. It is Friday, May 22nd. Today I can solve a system of equations using substitution method. We had talked about elimination. We're going to now talk about substitution. This is something that you've done in Algebra 2. This is a little bit of an easier version of it because we generally on the SAT don't see quadratics. They're usually linear. They could be quadratics. To be honest, off the top of my head, I don't know if I gave you linears or quadratics here, but either way, it's the same procedure. So the procedure is here. We're going to substitute one equation into the other. We're going to solve that equation for one variable, and then we're going to substitute the answer into either equation to find the second variable. So the same last step as we did for the elimination method. And generally, we should do substitution when one of the variables is isolated. When everything's lined up nicely, we want to use elimination method. And if one of the variables is isolated, that's when it's best to do substitution. But you could do either method for any question as long as it's linear. It's just one is more work depending on how it's set up. So solve the following system of equations. Let's do it. Let's get a nice fun color. Let's get like here, orange. Orange sounds good. So, is everything lined up nicely? No. I have my A's. That's good, but then the equals is with a negative, and it is not lined up nicely. When everything's lined up nicely, that's when I want to do elimination, but it's not lined up nicely. Is one of the variables isolated? Yes. A is isolated. So if A equals negative 2b, then I'm substituting negative 2b in for A. So instead of writing A, I'm writing negative 2b. That's how I set it up. Again, we've done this in Algebra 2. You're just substituting one variable in for the other once one of the variables is isolated. So now I do the algebra. Negative 10b minus 3b equals, that's positive 13. Combine like terms. Divide by negative 13. b is negative 1. Now I'm substituting into one of the originals. The isolated one would definitely be the easiest. I'm replacing the b with negative 1. A is 2. B is negative 1. There's no xy coordinate here, so you don't really need to write it like this. But, that's it. That's it. One of the variables has to be isolated. Once it is, substitute one into the other. That's what happened here. I replaced the A with the negative 2b. I solved that equation. Once I have that variable, I'm substituting it into one of the original equations to find the other variable. Let's take a look at number 2. Is everything lined up nicely? No. Is one of the variables isolated? Yes. Y equals x plus 3. So I'm going to replace y with x plus 3. So instead of writing 2y, I replace the y with x plus 3. And whenever you're substituting something, you're always putting it in parentheses. So again, I'm replacing the y with the x plus 3 since y equals x plus 3. From here, I do the algebra. This is a 7th grade equation. Distribute, combine like terms, isolate, add or subtract first, divide last. Now that I have x, I'm going to substitute into one of the originals. The isolated one is definitely what's going to be easiest, but you can sub into either one. Y equals 7. X equals 4. Y equals 7. And that's it. Wow, I only gave you 4 questions, huh? That's kind of nice of me. That's it. That's all I'm going to do. All right, you have a couple problems to practice to this point. I'll give you a short quiz on this. But substitution methods are really pretty straightforward. When one of the variables is isolated, you're going to substitute one variable into the other. solve the equation. Once you get that answer, you're substituting that into one of the originals to find the other variable. So your classwork / homework is to finish the worksheet. Your quiz, we don't have school on Monday, so I'm going to say your quiz will be due Tuesday night. And any questions, reach out. Have a great day. Stay safe. Enjoy your weekend. Have a good one.